Hi guys, I'm Greg Howlett, and I want to take a moment and talk about a new arrangement I have out today called When We All Get to Heaven. This is a happy little song, and it's a little out of many of your wheelhouses in that it's swing rhythm. And for that reason, I want to take a moment and walk through it in a little bit different approach than I usually do when I release a new arrangement. Usually I just go and record it and throw it on YouTube. Today I'm going to spend some time talking about it because it is out of the wheelhouse of many of you. But secondly, I can't really record on this piano anyway today. It's in horrible shape. The other day I was playing and it sounded like a cannonball would hit the house, and it was a bass string breaking. And when a bass string breaks, one of the low notes on a piano like this, you can't just replace it, you have to order it. So that's in progress. And then in the top end, I have some horrible sounds, and that's because of a lot of broken strings that I've had up there lately, and those just don't stay in tune, and I'm sort of stuck. I can't really record if I wanted to unless I did MIDI, and I didn't want to do this song MIDI, so we're going to just do it this way today. By the way, the other reason I can't record it with an untuned piano is that, my goodness, the Nazis on YouTube would be out in force. There's people on YouTube, just so you know, they wake up every day and they say to themselves, let me go to YouTube and find people playing untuned pianos so I can complain in the comments and feel superior. And I've gotten my share of those over the years, and that gets a little tiring. So this way we'll avoid that as well, and hopefully you'll find it beneficial. All right, let's talk about it. Swing rhythm. Now, swing rhythm is more than just a rhythm, it's a feel. Or you might say it's an attitude. It's way more than what a lot of people think about. A lot of people think that swing rhythm is essentially turning 2 eighth notes into a dotted eighth and a 16th, or maybe turning 2 eighth notes into a triplet rhythm where the first eighth note gets 2/3 of the beat, last eighth note gets 1/3 of the beat. Both of those are sort of true, but they're not really accurate portrayals of what swing is. Swing is a feel, and swing is an attitude. And I'm going to give you a quick example of what I mean. I'm going to play the first 8 bars of this. This is the intro. If I played it as written, this is what it would sound like. If that low note was actually playing, you heard the missing note. But that's what it would sound like if you just played it straight. Now this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so what's the difference? Well, you do have that swinging eighth note pattern as opposed to, that's the straight eighth way. Here is, okay? So that's the first thing. But secondly, there's a lot more. There's a lot of other articulation, and you got some staccato type sounds, you got a lot of accents. You just got a feel that comes with it. And the only thing I can say is, if you're struggling a little bit with what I'm talking about, is welcome to the club. I was there at one point, and the way I got past my problems with feeling this kind of rhythm is just listening a lot and practicing a lot. Not rocket science, nothing earth-shattering. That's what it's going to take. You just got to listen and play and practice and emulate other people, and eventually it sort of comes to you. But that's what we're looking for, an attitude. Again, articulations and other things that really don't work on a piece of paper. We don't put it into the printed music. You have to bring your own game to the printed music. The printed music is just a very modest attempt at trying to put notes on paper, but if you're going to interpret those notes, you got to bring a lot of game. And that's especially true for swing rhythm. All right, let's talk about the form of this arrangement really quick, and then I'm going to play through it. And the form is really simple. There's a little twist on it. When We All Get to Heaven is a 16-bar song. I'm playing through it fully twice in this arrangement, but I'm doing back to back. I'm doing verse, verse, then chorus, chorus. So verse, verse, 8 bar, and then chorus, 8 bar, chorus, 8 bar. And then I have little interludes between all those little sections. And I have an intro, and then I have an ending. That's the form. Now, here's something important. I intentionally tried to keep the texture the rhythm and all that kind of stuff pretty consistent to the song, so that you can learn it fairly quickly. And once you learn it, you can handle the whole song. So there's not a lot of rhythmic diversity to the song. So that means you got to bring diversity in other ways, because the arrangement needs diversity. Every arrangement does. So what we're going to do is I would recommend that you use dynamics to get most of your diversity. I have written it that way. The second half, or the second time through the verse, of course, second time through the verse, for example, I'm using octaves instead of intervals. That helps you get a bigger sound. So I would recommend maybe that you start slow. Well, play the intro with some attitude, pretty aggressive. Then go low, and then sort of build your way through the song. Last chorus, I'm going to broaden it a little bit, make it a little bit slower, so it's just a little more bigger still. But that's sort of the idea for what we're doing with the song. Remember, you're going to have to bring that to the song as well, because I have intentionally tried to keep the texture pretty consistent throughout. All right, let's play through and see what happens. So I'll stop there for a second on that glorious sound out of this piano today. I don't even know what's happening with that note. But notice we played through the verse twice, and now we're setting up the chorus, and I'm using this little pattern to set up the chorus. So there it is, and there is your ending. By the way, that ending may be enough to get some of you shot, I don't know, in your church, or thrown out of the church, with the piano bench clattering behind you. If you need to change the ending to be more acceptable in your church, if any of this is acceptable in your church, which I understand for some of you is way out of bounds anyway, but you could do something like this. You can make it really simple. You could do that. It doesn't get easier than that. Just play a one chord and be done. You can leave out the last 4 bars. My ending again, I wrote it special just for you, so I hope you'll play it. But anyway, this is my ending again. Something like that. Anyway, hope you enjoy that. Hope you enjoy playing it. I enjoyed writing it, and we will catch up with you at a later time.